Hey everyone, Kaylee here, and today we have 3 wet hairstyles. These are perfect for if you accidentally sleep past your alarm, or maybe after the gym and you still want your hair to look cute. These hairstyles are great. I think they're amazing, and I hope you like them. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with what you'll need for these hairstyles. First of all, obviously wet hair. You can do this right out of the shower. Let your hair dry as long as possible because your hair is more fragile when it's wet, so let's be gentle with it. I also really recommend using something that will help detangle your hair. My favorite is the Moroccan Oil Treatment Light, but a good budget option is the Kardashian Beauty Blow Dry Cream. It is similar, but a much more budget-friendly option. And also make sure you have a special detangling brush. I love the wet brush. You'll also need some hair elastics, and I recommend hair pins, which are a little bit wider than bobby pins, so they stick into wet hair more easily. But you could also use stretched out bobby pins if that's what you have. So then you're just going to go ahead and put your detangler through your hair, whether it's a leave-in conditioner or something like I'm using, and then just brush it starting at the ends and working your way up. Again, be gentle with your hair because it's wet and you don't want to cause any extra breakage. Now if you want, you can totally skip those products that I used. I just wanted to share with you what I find to help a lot when I'm styling my wet hair. So now let's start with hairstyle number 1. You're going to start out just by pulling everything into a ponytail at the middle of your head. I brushed everything straight back because I really like how that looks, but you could also do a part if you prefer that. Then just use an elastic to secure everything, and we're ready to move on to the bun. You're going to take the hair from your ponytail and go ahead and twist it. Then we're going to make the top loop of the figure 8. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to loop it around. Once I've got it looped around, I'm going to use one hand to hold on top of the loop and then the other hand to pin everything in place so that it stays there and it doesn't kind of get messed up when we try to make the bottom of the 8. Then, now that everything's pinned, I'm going to go ahead and twist the rest of my hair, and then I'm going to wrap it in the opposite direction into one more loop. I'm going to be sure to tuck the ends underneath the rest of the hair, that way they're not sticking out or being weird, and I'm going to pin everything in place there. And once that's done, that is the figure 8 bun. I really like this hairstyle because even though you didn't take time to dry your hair, it still looks very chic, and this could even be work appropriate if you wanted it to be. And now we're on to hairstyle number 2. You're going to start out by taking the hair over your ears on either side, and you can part your hair wherever you want for this. So I'm just going to grab the hair on either side and then I'm going to pull that back. You might need to brush it to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Then I'm just going to go ahead and secure that with an elastic. Then I'm going to loosen that up a little bit and tuck the ponytail in towards my head, and you can see that creates a little twist. And now we're just going to do that again. So split the rest of the hair that's left, bring it to the back, secure it with an elastic, and then we're going to create another topsy tail. You're just going to flip the tail in toward your head, and then you're going to see it makes another little twist. And then I loosen mine up to make the twist a little bit more prominent. Now just go a couple inches down your ponytail, put in another elastic. You're going to split the hair over that elastic and flip your hair in again. So it's another little topsy tail over again. And then once I got that through, I actually went ahead and loosened up the twist over the hair tie just to make sure that it looked nice. And I don't know, I just like how it looks a little bit more prominent of a twist once you loosen it up. Then I took it over my shoulder so that my arms wouldn't die anymore, and I went a couple inches down again, put in another hair elastic, twisted the hair in another topsy tail, and then loosened it up a bit. And finally, I did one more. Now, I have really long hair, so you might not need that many topsy tails for your hair, but even if you do 2 or 3, it will look really good, and you could do even 2 on just short hair. I like this hairstyle because it's a little bit more fun than a super tight updo, and it's going to look awesome as it dries. And finally, we have number 3, which is my personal favorite. Start with your hair parted on the side and then pick up a large section of hair from next to your part. You're going to split that into 2, and we're going to use those 2 sections to make a half knot. Basically, it doesn't matter how you do this as long as you do it the same way every time. For me, I crossed the back section over the front. That makes a little hole right there. So I just reached through, picked up this front section of hair, pulled it through, and then I have my half knot. Then to keep it in place, I used a little clip to make sure nothing was moving. And now you're going to add in hair. So pick up a new section of hair, join it with your back section, and then pick up a section of hair for the front and join it with your front section. And now you start the knot over again. So you cross the back section over the front, reach through and pick up that new front section, and then pull it on through. And once that's done, you're just going to tighten it up and then secure it with a clip or a bobby pin to make sure that it's not moving around while you're doing the rest of your knots. So now I'm picking up more sections of hair, joining it with the back section, another section with the front, and then again tying another knot. So this is just like a French braid, but with knots instead of braiding. So that could either be easier or harder. Give yourself a little practice with this one because it really does look awesome. And I can do this in like 5 minutes now that I've been practicing for a little while. And I actually do this a lot when my hair is wet. So then I'm finishing off with I think just 1 or 2 more little knots. And it gets a little harder around the back. So basically once I reached the back middle of my head, I called it quits and then pulled everything else into a ponytail. Now I'm just going to take that last clip out and I'm going to create a bun with the hair that's left. I like doing a braided bun because I think the shape of it looks cool with the knots, but you could also do a normal bun if you want to just run out of the house. So once you're done braiding, go ahead and secure it with an elastic and then wrap that into the shape of a bun, always making sure to tuck the tail underneath the bun so that it's not showing at all. Then of course I pinned it in place a couple of times to make sure that it was going to stay all day long, and once that was done, this hairstyle is complete. I really love this hairstyle because I feel like it's unique for a wet hairstyle, and I also love that it's not slicked back from the front. You still get a little bit of volume from the knots, so it's definitely my favorite. Tell me about your favorite hairstyle in the comments below. Did you agree with me? Was number 3 your favorite, or did you like one of the other 2? Let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye!